Stop trying to fix him. The dangers of diving into your partner's issues in the early stages. Welcome to the channel. I'm Nora, and I'm here to talk about the dangers and a couple of tips and strategies that you can take in order to prevent you from being taken advantage of and diving too deep early on in a relationship. So unfortunately, in many cases, we are told by the so-called relationship experts to fight for love at all costs. This is not always the case. On the contrary, I've seen that it actually causes more damage and destruction, especially from the person who makes attempts to save the relationship. Now, a few points before we get started. I just want to make them clear in this video. Before we dive into the topic, let's get a couple of things clear to avoid any misunderstanding. In this video, I do not provide generalized statements on how relationships work, but more so to provide you with insight and experience on this matter. In no way am I claiming to be a relationship specialist, but more so sharing what I witnessed from multiple cases, from friends, from family, from people that I know who have been through destructive experiences. It also aims to help others understand the detrimental effects of overgiving to the wrong person before it is too late to step back and risk losing your personal, financial, and mental well-being. What I share in this piece is mainly targeted for new relationships that are in the early stages. So although this piece is titled with a masculine tone, it actually can be applied to both females and males. I honestly see it is more likely to happen to females in most cases. So when we first get to know someone who has difficulties, whether it's mental, financial, or addiction based, if there's love involved, we want to give them a helping hand. This is normal human experience and a normal human response. Yet it does have its dark side, full of manipulation, exploitation, and codependency. This will soon develop into a savior mindset, which can make us feel like we are responsible for our personal needs and the desire to repair and stand by him at all costs. The main source of this response is basically our inner emotion of wanting to be the healer and get the person's life together. We basically desire to feel that the person that is with us is in the best way possible. Instead, our energy, finances, and personal power will be gradually drained, and in most cases, with our full consent. In most cases, some of the women, our natural feminine energy craves providing nourishment, care, and comfort to others. We seem to be blinded by love at first stages of the relationship, that we give it our all. The danger lies in allowing ourselves to be dominated by our emotions rather than logic, and taken back by the rose-colored glasses and poetic words that feed our confidence. Time and time again, I have seen people fall into this trap. They give it their all at the early stages of the relationship and are traumatized when their person leaves them for someone else or ghosts them. The problem is, subconsciously, by being too kind or sacrificing yourself, they've basically enabled the toxic and controlling behavior from the other person and the sense of entitlement. Once this has been established, it is really hard to go back and set boundaries. Now let's be clear, this is not to shift the blame to the victim, yet to emphasize the importance of protecting yourself and your assets early on in the relationship and not to overgive. So what can we get out of this video? Well, I want you to take your time to study your potential partner. Allow them to prove to you that they are worthy of being with you through their consistent actions, not words, and consistent is the key here. Never move in with a person or allow them to move in with you too early in the relationship. Maintain your privacy. Set clear boundaries from the very beginning. Please do not disclose the details of your personal finances and assets to each other in the early stages, or make sure not to sign in paperwork to give them authority over your assets or your bank account. This is pure common sense, yet I see this happening many times, and some people are just too trusting. If you are in the early stage relationship with a person that has a drug or alcohol problem or is basically in debt, You are free to offer advice if asked, but please make sure you do not commit to helping them. It is better to be safe than sorry. I see many people getting exploited and taken advantage of. Ideally, you want to enter a relationship on a clean slate and don't involve yourself in fixing or taking on the issues of your potential partner. If you would like to support my journey and are wanting to know more information, health, wellness, strategies, tips, and my own experience, please support my journey. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'll be sharing updates as well as step-by-step guides and recipes in this channel. I'd love to have you on board. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.